Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The DreamHack opens Summer's European Division, and my name is Dinko, joined by Hawker. And we get into the second map between OG and Team Spirit, and the first map didn't really go as expected. Team Spirit coming out looking real flat. A lot of mistakes being made in terms of the timing, their patience. There's too much of it. They're not really making the right calls right now, but they did start to warm up going into the second half. So hopefully, here on Mirage, this is where they can get into things.
Yeah, we started to see them warm up as the game went on. So that, as you said, definitely a better sign for Spirit. Hopefully they can carry that through into Mirage. Coming into the map pick of OG, though, they've generally only lost this against pretty top-tier opposition, at least in the online era. Teams like Big and Vitality. They did lose against Sprout one time, so maybe that's a weakness that Spirit can try and make the most of. But for the most part, it's a good map for OG, and they'll be looking to take this one as we head into Mirage. Alexi B with that early Molotov, but it's the B play we need to watch out for.
Well, Valde just diving down into the site. He's got the Glock in his hands. Mir and Magic around the corners. A couple of kills being picked up. SM Valde finding success. His Idis bounces there with a headshot. And the bomb planted with a man advantage in play for OG. Now, this could work out for Team Spirit to get a kill really quickly, but Alexi B back in short. He needs to go down, and well, that's it. The big flank not really working out. Somebody Young just 180 takes him down, but Valde, what a play. They have no idea he's here. He's just walked right behind them. They have absolutely no idea, but it's still 3 players. He's going to whiff the first shot. Chopper takes him down, and how have Team Spirit done that? How have they pulled off this retake? Everything was going OG's way. They had 2 flanks. They had one from Alexi B up towards short that should have gone their way. They had one where Valde gets in behind them, and they have no idea he's even there. But somehow, still, Team Spirit find the round win.
Yeah, great shots coming in. Chopper, you see there, just with a clean headshot. They end up closing it out with some fantastic work from some of their players. Idis, Balance, and Chopper both doing a lot. 5 Galils, Dinko. What do you think about the Galil? I've been liking it recently.
I think it's a good gun, especially because it's $1,800, right? So
yeah,
it's so cheap and it's really solid. So I think it's a really good option, even when you bring it into those bonus rounds, especially with the current economy state, right? Bonus rounds become a little bit more difficult because you actually kind of have to win them because you've got so little cash left over. You can't afford to get a full buy into the next. And I think the Galil is a solid investment for that. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Galil.
I like that they changed the spray control as well, because as a noob who plays with the SD and scopes in, which makes it easier to spray with, tightening up that spray control, it helped me out a lot. I think it's a pretty good weapon to use, but not much utility off the back of this. Mantu, nice kill onto Chopper, trades out on towards A. SDY looking for some damage of his own, but Valder sneaking on by. There's the headshot he was looking for, but Idis Balance fighting back from the bomb site. Mantu able to recover the M4 though. That works out for him, but both OG players low on health here in the 2-on-2.
Well, 40 seconds left. You're sending 2 players over towards this B bomb site. You've got Lexi B and Mantu just diving on in. The problem is the HP is so low. The bomb will get planted. Mantu securing that. Alexi B in the corner, but Magix, he might just find him. Oh, the spray. Rattling off the shots with the MP9. Easy kill coming in. And now Mantu, the last remaining player, into the 1 versus 2. Amir starting to walk forward. Mantu just sitting back with the M4A4. Amir's going to walk right into his waiting arms. A good kill on the M4. Just 1 more to find. And it's Magix just lying inside of the site. Good headshot. And it cleans up the round here for Team Spirit. They pull it off. And that's the second on the board. Very expensive for the Team Spirit. I mean, they lose 4 players. And they can see the bomb plant. But nonetheless, they will get the round win.
Yeah, another close round, but one that Spirit are able to get over the line. And now what do OG do in this next one? Because they got another bomb plant. They've got another chance to go for a force if they really want to. Got to see Mantu there picking up the M4, which was certainly helpful for him. Definitely dished out some damage with that weapon, but Magic's finding that tight angle at the end. And it is another force buy. OG piling on the pressure here. This time they even get an AK into the hands of Mantu. Again, it's mostly Galils, but this time there are a few more nades in place, so a few more options available to OG into this round. They've got enough smokes for an execute if they so desire. And Spirit is still under pressure. If they lose this round, their money is in the bin. So you can see exactly why OG want to go for this force buy. We'll see if it works out for them, though.
Well, push up towards top middle. It's going to be a good kill from Mansu. Looks for more. Idis balances there with AWP kill as well. MBK biting the dust. And now it's going to be the big play from OG, wrapping around T-spawn, gathering outside of this A bomb site. You've currently got one player waiting over towards A for the CT side. It's Sumda Young with an MP9. Now, will that be impactful enough to hold off this entire offense? I don't think so. So it's got to be a big hold here from Sumda Young. He needs to delay long enough for the rest of his team to get into a winnable position, or at least close by. Gets the information. The all pass rotated over towards jungle, but Sumda Young goes down immediately without a single kill. And now man advantage in play for OG. The utility being used up. The bomb plant attempt coming through, but Alexi B comes off it, finds the headshot through the smoke. And now this is enough to force Team Spirit away. The 4 versus 2 going in favor of OG. And that was a big investment for them. And it works out. It's going to be the first on the board finally.
Yeah, they're brawling at the start of this game, OG with these 4 spies, but it works out for them. And even if Spirit save these 2 guns, the other players on the team are only getting the minimum loss bonus here. They won't be getting much money. So that gives OG a great opportunity to come right back into this, to win some rounds of their own. The constant pressure pays off as they get onto the A bomb site. I was wondering if SDY was going to try and use his smoke defensively to stay alive, but when you're in that under palace position, it's really difficult to use that smoke to actually survive, because normally Tees can just spam through that and clear out that tight position pretty easily. So he just tried to see if he could get that first kill to fight his way out of it. Sadly, that didn't happen for him, and you can see the money I was talking about on the Spirit side, not good. Couple of players with those save guns at least get some decent weaponry, but the rest of the squad working with some Deegs and an MP9. So this is OG's chance to try and wrestle themselves into control early in this one.
Diving out in towards the bomb site from Palace. Magic's actually going short, but Alexi B, the smoke fades away and he finds the headshot very quickly indeed. And that's going to be a good kill, but not exactly this ending that Alexi B wanted in this round. Sumda Young just pushes out in towards middle, fully blinded the finishing. Give leader goes down. Now it goes, that was a 3 versus 3. The Molotov burning in towards connector. Where are they going to go with this one? OG just holding down, but Team Spirit, how do they get back into this? They have no utility left, no kit. It's all about the safe call, I feel, right now for Team Spirit to get those weapons into the next round. MBK is going to make it very difficult for them. Chopper going down, and now CT spawn has been taken as well. It's the fall away, it's the safe call. And taking an AK and AWP into the next round, that's not the worst case scenario for Team Spirit. They'll be happy enough with that. And OG, well, a second round on the board.
Terrorists win.
3 players surviving again, so OG should be building up some money as well, which they'll be happy with. Obviously, Spirit, again, saving over some guns, as you pointed out. Shouldn't see too much of an investment out from Team Spirit into this one, though. And in terms of Team Spirit on Mirage, I think in general, Mirage is a map that a lot of the CIS teams play to a fairly good level. So back at that RMR event where I saw a lot of Team Spirit, they were losing it sometimes against teams like VP and Amiga. They might not be losing this round, though, if that can continue. Nice shot from Idis Balance, opens things up. Oh, one from Mir as well. That's his first kill of this game, but it could be a very impactful one as Spirit wins some early battles and get themselves in with a chance at winning this round.
Well, Alexi B walking up into connector, catches off Sumda Young. And now we've got ourselves a 3 versus 3. There's on the flashbang going over the top of the stairs. Alexi B is kind of chilling out in the connector itself. Nice bounce, about to walk on in. Gets rid of Alexi B. 3 versus 2, man advantage in play for Team Spirit. And 2 players stand on the A bomb site for the CT side, and the bomb stuck in top middle. It's just trying to gather up and potentially head their way in towards the short to B position. I mean, they have got a player up in the apartments here for the CT side, but if they can get rid of Mir, that would be incredible. So Valde's going to start walking forward, clearing the close corners, just contact. There's still plenty of time to work with here, OG, so the pressure really isn't on in that respect. They know there's a timer on this because the A bomb side, there could be a push through the ramp, it could be a push through Palace. So they know eventually they'll just have to commit to this B bomb site. They don't want to be caught off by anybody hiding behind the van or the bench or even in the market area. So they're clearing as much as they possibly can before they have to commit to the plant. No one moving here for Team Spirits. They don't have the info just yet. And this could work out perfectly. Did this accidentally hit that, or did he spot Mir?
Certainly seen him now. Molotov goes down to try and slow Mir's position. Spirit have got a few different angles they can come in from on this retake. Currently, no kit in hand for them, though. I don't think they even had a kit at the start of the round, so that's going to be an issue for them. They've got to get a move on here on this retake. He's playing at the back of the bomb site while Valda can see the bomb from kitchen. And he's looking for this angle. Good spray down. Idis balance, not with many options here with the AWP. In fact, best option maybe to try and save, but that won't be allowed. Valda hunts him down at the ends there. Really good patience there from OG. They find the gap. They find themselves onto the B site, and then they make sure to close it out. So a good recovery from OG in a round that looks really dangerous.
Ooh. Yeah, that was fantastic from OG being able to pull that off. But we take a look at the boss. Yeah, some Mac 10s in play. I mean, is this a wrong read of the economy? I think so. I think this is definitely thinking that Team Spirit are going to have a little less than what they have right now. This is not bad from Team Spirit. They've got an AWP, they've got 3 M4A4s, and now the push comes through. It's Idis bounce for the first, the second as well. And they think this is the nastiest way to find out you're not going up against the low buy. Just getting absolutely wrecked by the AWP at the back of the A bomb site. But it's MBK that pulls off 2 kills. They keep the team alive inside of the A site. Such a quiet performance from Dust 2 was not required, but this time he is. He steps up when called for it, and now it's just Magic. The young gun here at Team Spirit looking to pull off a 1 versus 2.
He dropped his MP9. He wanted to upgrade his gun, but he gets it back. Oh, damage done. Down to 29 health. How the hell is Magic's going to win this? Both opponents are somewhat low, so a quick dink could be very valuable, but he's down to 2 health, so I don't know if it even matters at this point. MBK closes it out with a quad kill, and OG get it going, even with those couple of Mac 10s in the mix. And I do wonder whether that was on purpose from them, because it kept them with a lot of money in the bank. The Mac 10s kind of just ran in first, and the AKs did a successful job at trading. You see MBK with some rapid shots there, able to help close out the round. And that puts OG in a great position here. A 4-2 lead for them, and Spirit already calling their first tactical timeout with their money not being in great shape.
This is the problem I think Team Spirit have had in the series so far is every time they get an opportunity, every time they find a chance for success, they always drop off. They don't find that consecutive success, and on the CT side, that becomes very difficult because now the economy game becomes a huge factor. And it's much more expensive to be the CT side. So OG, they have an opportunity now, especially because they had Mac 10s in the previous. They've got them again in this one, and they're going to be much more potent against the majority of the unarmored opponents.
Idis balance has been rolling at the start of this game with 9 kills on the board. Bit of early damage done here as well. Looking to see if he can get this close range fight, and he gets a headshot onto MBK. This A-stack looking dangerous, looking good for Team Spirit. SDY arrives with the Mac 10, and the smoke at ramp means that OG have no way of trading. They're just trying to take some pot shots right now, but Mantu is not connecting on any of these. SDY might even move in for the kill here. He smells that his prey could be weak. He thinks there's a chance to make a play. As he moves into the ramp, that's a good bit of map control to be working with, especially as Mir is also pushing through Palace.
Mir is, and he's walking right into Alexi B, and there we go. Mir finding that kill, definitely a very needed frag. If he goes down, Alexi B and Mantu definitely in a favorable position to pull it off, but now it's looking so difficult for Mantu. He's an AWPer against 3 players. They may all be incredibly low, but he doesn't know that. And 3 players with this AWP finding those kills one after another, it's not going to be easy. He needs them to make mistakes. He needs them to give him 1 versus 1 fights. As soon as they double peek, as soon as they refrag or re-peek, immediately he's going to have a real difficult time. Comes down to whether or not he can spot any of them, and it's not going to work out here, surely. He needs to spot this Underwood player, and Magix has the angle, and now the headshot. That's a round that definitely should have been OG's. Team Spirit just pull it off in the chaos. The Deagle shot just raining on in, the mistakes being made a little bit here from OG, delivering death. And that's a round that Team Spirit will be very happy with.
Yeah, absolutely. Great work from Team Spirit. It's been a pretty scrappy game so far, in all honesty, with how these rounds have gone down. But this time we've got a full buy for both teams and some early mid battles coming in. Oh, early kills coming in for Team Spirit. They'll be very happy with that. SDY and Mir both chiming in with nades. And they didn't even take any damage on those early fights. So OG have got to do something special to come back into this round. Is has realized that. He's hoping to take matters into his own hands with a kill on towards A. And the bomb is getting its way onto the site right now. Oh, it's dropped. Oh, no. That's not good.
Well, that isn't good at all. And if every kill comes in from Team Spirit, they find the success very early on. And that's a very clean round win. And take a look at OG's money. It's not good. We go into this next round. That's when they get the buy-in, but Team Spirit should be taking the lead. iDisbalance is having that streaky performance we talk about. He was quiet a few times, and you go into the second half of Dust 2, that's when he starts to really light up. And here on Mirage, 11 and 4. Having a great time on that AWP.
Yeah, this is the sort of scenario where you really want Spirit to be able to keep money in the bank, right? To keep that AWP in the hands of iDisbalance. When he's having games like this, you want to get that sniper for him as much as possible. So winning on that low buy could be a very big benefit in that sense. You can see iDisbalance has got a bit of cash in the bank. Spores was actually called by Spirit, I believe. Looks like some sort of technical thing that's getting sorted out. So hopefully that won't be too long. And from the OG side, not much for them to work with coming out of this pause. MBK, the only man with a somewhat significant amount of money. The rest of the players probably have to mostly save. There's also the argument to be made that MBK might want to save that extra cash to be able to drop Mantu and AWP. So I'm not sure how much investment we're going to see here from OG. Yeah, very little.
Push goes forward in towards the B bomb site. Majority of the players here from OG, everyone, looking to turn their attentions towards this B bomb site. I mean, OG coming into these rounds, they're a team that I respect because they always have an idea. They always have a goal in these kind of rounds. Some teams just throw the caution to the wind, just get it over and done with. But OG always look for a bomb plant. They look for a chance to try and win the round or have some goal of doing some damage. A lot of teams we see sometimes just throw these away. Smoke goes up into the apartments. Magic's hiding in behind it. He has scared them off initially. They wanted to try and commit in towards B straight off the bat, but now they've had to regain control. They're going back through the apartments this time. Contact. Well, Magic's alongside iDisbalance looking to hold on to this B bomb site. I mean, you can definitely see a world in which this can fall out of control. Well, Magic's position is good. They hop out the window. He's perfectly ready for that. This is well dealt with, well played. And now Mantu, he's got himself an M4. And that's all he will get. He's down 5-4 for Team Spirit.
Just making sure there's no bomb plant, there's no funny business in that round from the Team Spirit side of things. And it looks like we're not getting an AWP out for OG in this one. I was saying that maybe we could have seen MBK save all his money to be able to drop the AWP. He did have enough money to buy one, but he wouldn't have got Kevlar. So he just goes for the AK. That means that iDisbalance is the only man with a sniper on the server right now. And these mid battles might be coming through again, but the smokes down from OG aren't going to be utilized. They're moving into this A bomb site, and right now, the CTs are not fully focused on A. There's that first kill from Chopper. He's playing from stairs, though, so as he goes down, there might be an opportunity for OG to get onto the site as long as they can use their nades. Alexi on the flank as well. That's a good kill to find.
Alexi B needs to be careful. He's going to be shut down. Mir able to find him, and now it's just wrapped up. Team Spirit shut it down 6-4. Team Spirit would be very happy again. These rounds are getting pretty convincing from Team Spirit. The individuals really showing up. iDisbalance is pretty much hitting everything.
Yeah, they just needed a jungle smoke there. They spotted that iDisbalance was in jungle to begin with, but OG didn't have a player in position to throw that down, and it's just free reign for iDisbalance. Especially when he's having a game like this, he's not going to be missing those shots. Nice 3K from him. Next time round, OG seemingly wanting to use some smokes onto the A site. Chopper up close gets dealt with. That's a great start for this OG side. They might have a chance to do something, but iDisbalance says no. 3 kills on the hold, just dancing around this position. Finally, they take him down, but it might be too little too late. It's MBK who's left in this 1-on-2.
Walking through in towards the site, MBK. He needs to pull off the 1 versus 2 clutch, but the issue is he's about to become an MBK sandwich. Mirror in behind him, right in front towards CT. Another player lies. It was always going to be impossible, and MBK goes down. 7 rounds on the board for Team Spirit. Really well played. They're getting into the groove of things here on the CT side. The issue for me becomes, how good is their T side? Because we think back to Dust 2 and they only managed to post 3 rounds. Everything looked off. The timings were terrible. The CT side looked pretty good, to be honest, on Dust 2. So we know they can play the CT side right now. It's all the questions towards the T side. So if they get enough done on the CT side, I'll give them enough of a buffer.
19-5 now for Idis Balance. 160 ADR, 2 for Owen opening duels, 6 rounds where he's had multiple kills. He's been having a ridiculous amount of impact so far for this Team Spirit squad. To have 19 kills in a half is impressive, but the half isn't even close to being over. That's how much impact he's been able to have. And now that he's consistently got the sniper in his hands, that's something that OG have got to be aware of. That's something they've got to be able to deal with. Bit of a slower start to this round for OG. The mid control hasn't always been there for the OG side. I think this time round they may be going for some mid control a little bit later on. 3 players are grouping up to see if they can take away this position. And right now, Spirit are playing super safe, so this should be free mid control for the OG side.
Whoa, that's aggressive. That's confident from Magic. Valde, not really expecting that. Why would you? He goes down. MBK and Issa now moving forward, cutting through the defense. This is working perfectly for OG. They've only got Chopper and Samda Young left to try and kill. And while MBK, he just keeps going. 3 kills picked up. And that just felt like a Team Spirit round at the beginning. But OG turn it around. Just a quick reply through short. They just cut through the defense. And they had no idea what was coming their way. That's a perfect reply. 5 rounds picked up for OG now. Feeling a little bit better about themselves. They can post 6 rounds on the T side. It's pretty good. I mean, they'll be happy with that. Obviously in a position where they can get more. But that's the minimum.
Ooh, Chopper has not moved as far away as I thought he might have here. He wants to do some damage at the end, and he'll be able to do so. Insta dealt with. Chopper just about gets back to safety, although as soon as I say that, Alexi B runs him down at the end, making sure there is no save allowed. Still plenty of money for Spirit, though, and here are these kills from MBK. Good flash to begin with, gets himself into that position. Second shot is so good, just so quick on all these kills, all these headshots. MBK's been having a much more impactful game here on Mirage. Like you said earlier, on Dust 2, he was in a lot of spots where he wasn't able to take fights. Now that he is taking fights here, he's definitely winning some rounds for his team. And with 5 rounds on the board, OG are looking for more, but Idis Balance might have something to say about that. Oh, never mind.
Well, he's gone immediately. 19-7. He's having a good performance. Definitely, he's unbelievable right now. He's 13 rounds in, 19 kills on the board. This is the kind of performance you can hope for from Idis Balance on the CT side as an AWP. It was pretty good. I mean, he has moments on the CT side on Dust 2 as well. Just on the T side, he was very suffocated. I don't feel like he got involved at all. So I'm kind of hoping that changes here on Mirage. They're going to need him in the second half, but Chopper, he talked about his aggression over on Dust 2, how him and Mir are the 2 aggressive players in this team, and well, he's gone through the palace, but Issa, he's completely aware of that. Issa just peeks around the corner, catches out Chopper, and now a 2-man advantage in play for OG as they start to barrel in towards the A bomb site. The ships are sailing in towards the A site, and I think Team Spirit have seen it from afar. They realize we can't win this battle, and they flee the scene. It's going to be a 6th round picked up for OG. Team Spirit concede this battle to save money for the war.
Exactly. It's a tactical retreat. You can't always fight for everything. Spirit realizing if they save these 3 guns over, they put themselves in a good enough position in the next, especially with Mir having a bit of money in the bank. OG just kind of outmuscle their opponents there. I think Alexi B, he was, I guess, somewhat fortunate to begin with because the AWP shot landed from Idis Balance, but it only took him down to 20 health. He still landed that shot so quickly, though. And then as soon as Issa gets that Second kill over at Palace. That's all they need. Spirit have to surrender this round. OG, I think, have really grinded this half more than anything to get up to 6 on the board. It's felt like Spirit, once we've got into these gun rounds, have generally been able to be the better team, but OG have just done a really good job at stealing away some of these rounds, keeping the scoreline close, and that's all they really need to do right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the cleanest performance. It's not the same performance we've seen over on Dust 2, where they were barely making any mistakes, right? But it's effective. They're winning the rounds they need to. That is just ridiculous from Alexi B. And he has been very impressive on an individual level, at least on Dust 2 as well. He's had his moments here on Mirage. So that's exciting to see. And MBK, I mean, he had probably the most boring game of Counter-Strike on Dust 2, but he's finally getting involved here on Mirage. He'll be very happy about that. It was not required as much on Dust 2. Valde holding off the aggression. Mir's trying to see what's going on. He's going to take the mid-fight. He is going to get 1 kill from it. Young going down the MBK. Mantu replying onto Mir. And the aggression not really working out for Team Spirit. They are a man down. And Magix is pushed up into the apartments. I think he's kind of even in duels here. He finds a kill here and there, but now this is going to be difficult. Oh, he's going to go down immediately. That's a big kill from Issa.
Yeah, that's it. Round over. 1 kill onto the B site is all that's required. Magix would have needed a magnificent hold there to even give his team a chance at the round. OG have been splitting pretty evenly between these A and B sites. I think for Team Spirit, I am interested by the fact that Magix is the man playing on B as the most inexperienced player on the team. Normally, you think of that B site as requiring someone who's always very reliable, who's normally pretty experienced and kind of knows the tricks of the trade. And Magix has definitely developed into a good, solid player for the most part. But at times, there are going to be situations where it's going to be difficult for someone like him to always be able to hold off on that B site. And, well, this is one of those rounds where he's kind of hung out to dry, left completely alone on B. Not much for him to do. Chopper eventually gets the extended spray onto Valda, but OG have got plenty of money for this last round, so they're going for the hunt, and they get Chopper at the end there. That makes a decent difference. Idis Balance saves the 1 AWP, but heading into the last round of the half, it's Team Spirit who are going to be way worse for wear on this final buy.
Last round of the half. And we've had a lot of close halves today, a lot of 8-7s. I think this will be our third one across 2 series, across 5 maps. So not too bad. It's been a pretty exciting day of Counter-Strike, a lot of close games. And I mean, we've had obviously our moments of question marks as to why some of the players have come through. But again, that's to be expected coming out of a player break. But for the most part, it's been pretty solid Counter-Strike. And OG, they got themselves a fantastic opening. It's Issa, the man to find it. He had the impactful kill that ended the round in the previous. Now OG holding the opening kill, not giving it away. Well, it's going to be a 3-man push through the apartments from Team Spirit. This is different. This might just work as well because Alexi B's here with a bomb. The MP9's walked forward. There's the kill, and that's the bomb kill. Valdi needs this kill. He's not going to find too much success up until this point as Mantu assists him. It's Idis Balance and Samdai Young now in a man deficit.
They might not expect SDY to be so close by here. They might not expect him to already be on the site itself, but OG are going back. 40 seconds left on the clock. SDY, I think, is cool that B is clear, so at least Idis Balance will have the chance with the AWP. And look at this position he's taking up. Aggressive into the A ramp. He wants to stop them before they get to the site.
Well, Idis Balance, this could be huge. Such a smart play, and well, there's one. Valde gone. The Palace play now needs to come through, and Idis Balance, he needs to be aware it's either the connector or the Palace play. So he goes back towards the triple stack, and this might just work out perfectly. The shot lands onto the back of Issa. He dives down into the underwood, and that's the bomb. Gone 9 seconds. Mantu needs to pull this off, and it's not working for him. He's not getting the kill. Idis Balance is a god. 4 kills picked up. It's 7 at the half in favor of Team Spirit. We'll see if Idis Balance can continue this beastly form as he move into the second half.
Yeah.
right now. Yeah. Gotta show me the money. Yeah. Come on. Never been around wealth, now I'm surrounded. Nice cars at the mansion right next to the fountain. CEOs in business suits and private accountants. Yeah. Summertime parties by the pool, we lounging. Then by night we out stunting on the main strip. Out of state trips, cars with the paint drip. How could you hate this? Jewelry in my chain sick. That's the life I wanna live. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. It's all about the lifestyle. Yeah. It's all about the lifestyle. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. It's all about the lifestyle. It's all about the lifestyle. Yeah. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Never have to worry if I have enough dough. Fashion show out in Paris in the front row. Party every night, I don't have time to sleep. Next day it's the same, just rinse and repeat. Summertime trips on the yacht to the island. Squad rolling with me and we do a lot of wildin'. A bottle of whatever you want, just put your order in. You can have as much as you want, there's plenty more of them. Yeah, show me the money. Show me the money. It's all about the lifestyle. It's all about the lifestyle. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. It's all about the lifestyle. It's all about the lifestyle. Show me the money.
Well, OG got off to a pretty good start. Team Spirit, though, they've just got an absolute beast in the hands of Idis Balance. 23-7 going into the second half. They're looking pretty solid after being a map down. They've lost Dust 2, but they're fighting back on Mirage. 8-7, one round separates them, but Team Spirit come into the pistol with a smoke and a flash on Idis Balance and Chopper. And MPK's gone on a bit of a push. He's going to find an easy kill. Samdai Young isolated, taken down, and a man advantage picked up for OG.
Magic's getting one back with the P250, though. Long-range fight, good with the P250. You can land those longer-range headshots. The bomb's been left at spawn, though, so Spirit is still making up their minds in this round. And they're continuing to gain ground towards A right now. Idis Balance has a smoke ready to be lined up. Chopper's a little bit out in the open here. He'll probably want to be waiting for these nades to come through, but Idis Balance still hasn't deployed his utility. That leaves them pretty open, and there's that kill they were looking for. 2 frags found by OG on the hold. And at this point, with the bomb being dropped, Mir's flank will have to be everything here for Team Spirit.
Oh, that is nice. Good kill coming through from Mantu. Magic stuck in Palace. He's left alone in an unwinnable position. Issa takes him down with the USP. And we've got OG on 8 rounds. Tied up now. And this is exactly what you want to see from OG. Just that early confidence coming on the CT side. MBK going on a solo push through the underpass. Catches out Samdai Young completely unsuspecting. No one was looking towards the underpass push at all. And OG, well, they pick it up. Team Spirit come into this one. It's pretty much the hard eco. They've got 1 P250 invested, but for the most part, 0 investment. So this is going to be a round that OG have no troubles with, or should have no troubles with.
Just a quick note as well on the pistol rounds. Mantu there got those 2 kills. I was looking up the stats for 2020, and Mantu, I think, is the 4th or 5th highest rated pistol round player in the world. Only behind guys like Elige, like Simple. He's up there with the best of them. So that's a really nice thing for OG to have. Him coming up huge on the pistols, gives them these good starts to the half that have been helpful, and it's worked out well for them here. They're up to a 9-8 lead after winning that easy anti-eco. Here comes the buy for Team Spirit, though. No AWP for Idis Balance this time. Let's see how effective he is with the AK, though.
Well, push down in towards middle. Valde gets a double kill. Mir able to find one. And Valde gone. A man advantage already picked up for OG. The weaker weapons as well. The bonus, keeping the 2 FAMAS and the MP9 in play alongside the M4A4 of Vista. Fun fact, so the plural FAMAS is just FAMAS because of the factory that the French weapon was made in. So
I feel like I'm never going to actually say FAMAS for the plural of FAMAS. How does Issa win that? Jeez.
Very quick to react, and now we're just seeing that on the P250. Where's his M4 gone? He found an AK, that's why. He's found a better weapon. He's moved on to better things, and while Chopper and Mir at 2 versus 4 with under a minute left in play, Chopper coming out through the underpass, and Mir out through short. And how often do we see Mir and Chopper, the last 2 players alive here for Team Spirit? We'll see if they can make it work here. The bench play could work because MBK doesn't have the best weapon for these long-range fights, so he's going to fall away, gets into a better position. Now Mir about to walk around the corner. MBK needs to be careful, but he just gets the perfect time. He just keeps falling back. And Mir's going to continue to walk forward, but they might not expect him to be so close. There's no way Alexi B thinks Mir's here. This is going to be an easy kill, and it's all about the trigger discipline, the self-control, and there it is, the headshot. Now looking to the B-bomb site, getting his teammate to come over very, very quickly. And they got to get this bomb planted. He's going to plant it for short where Chopper currently stands. And yeah, still a man advantage to play for OG, but still a very difficult retake due to the low HP.
And just that one smoke is really helpful for Mir as well. He doesn't have to focus on that right side because there are so many angles he had to be scared of. But he can be pretty certain no one's going to walk through that smoke, at least not immediately. That might be about to change though. Flash comes through. It's dealt with early. Flashbang about to be deployed, but Chopper and Mir both chiming in. Insta headshots, beautifully done. Mir ends up with the quad kill, and it's that dynamic duo coming through for Team Spirit.
That's unbelievable from Chopper and Mir. The fact that they're in that position from the beginning, it's looking impossible to win. They had to take so much map control back, and they make it work. They pull it off. They play it perfectly. And Idis Balance is going to get a good opening kill as well. He's followed up by Valde. Valde just quickly running up towards top middle. There's no rifle presence to back up Idis Balance. No bodyguards. To be fair at this point, though, having bodyguards around Idis Balance kind of reminds me of that photo with Jason Momoa when he has all his bodyguards around him and he dwarfs them.
Yeah, I
I
was about to say, I feel like Jason Momoa does not need bodyguards.
Yeah, it's funny.
Good times. Issa and Valde pushing into ramp here, taking away some of the map control from Spirit. This is something you see pretty often when teams go into 4v4s on Mirage. You feel like you're pretty open from a lot of angles, so you kind of want to take some map control. You want to try and clear out one of the positions so you don't have to worry about it. Mir now with the AWP in his hands, might be able to get an opener. Oh, there it is. He takes a dink for his troubles, but he gets the kill he was looking for. And now Spirit with the man advantage should be in a pretty good position, especially now that Magix has won an even better fight for them.
Issa getting rid of Chopper. And now they're going to move forward into the site. The utility's going up, and Issa goes all the way back towards CT spawn. Alexi B is going to get shut down on short, and now Issa is going to spray away. Magix going down, and I'll get that bomb planted. Sam Young is going to toss the Molotov down in towards CT spawn. Issa now relocates back to jungle. The bomb planted, the time ticking. Now Issa moves forward and just holds back in jungle. There's no kit, there's no utility. So winning this retake becomes very difficult for Issa. And so he probably realizes, having given him no opportunities, that Team Spirit will be walking away with this round win. 10-9. Issa saves the weapon on over. The money's not good for OG. And Team Spirit, this is much better from them. They took a while to warm up. Dust 2 was certainly a slow burner. They woke up towards the end of the second half. And coming into Mirage, looking much better. This is what we were expecting.
Starting to see some more from some of the other players as well. Mir stepping up in the last couple of rounds in particular. It's not just the Idis Balance show anymore, even though he's still putting up a monstrous scoreline. Some of the other players are starting to get involved here on this T side as well. Issa there saving an AWP at the end of the round, and with him being the only man with Kevlar, he's going to stick with it here into round number 20. So this literally is a hero AWP alongside 4 USPs. It's all down to Issa to try and land some shots, and as it stands, he's posted up on the B apartments where there is no fight for him.
Mir in the connector. His balance coming out of Palace. Got a bunch of setups here for Team Spirit, a bunch of prongs to the approach in towards this A bomb site. But OG, they've got the players here to try and hold on. And there's the default pistols for the majority. So it should be very difficult for them to pull off anything. And Valde sits back with the USP. And there goes Magic running out of Palace. That's the bomb dropped and his head gone. Man advantage still in place. Team Spirit want to pull this off. Could be damage being done though from OG. I mean, a couple of kills, that's not too bad. And Issa with the AWP saved over from the previous is probably going to have to do the same here. It's 11-9. Team Spirit starting to win rounds pretty convincingly now. They do lose 2 players in this round, which they won't be too happy with, but keeping the majority alive is the end goal for them. So we're looking at Team Spirit now getting into a very comfortable position.
Yeah, a bit of a shame for Issa there when he pushes through the B apartments. All he can do is tell his USPs to fully stack the A site. Unfortunately, though, even with a 4-man A stack, 4 USPs are never likely to be winning you the round. Gave them a chance, though. Gave them an opportunity to try and do a bit of damage. I think that's part of the reason why they were able to get those 2 kills to begin with. So it keeps Spirit honest, forces some reinvestments, but that AWP will be dropped on over to Mantu. And OG are going to slowly but surely be buying up into this round. 11-9 for Team Spirit. Looking good on their opponent's map pick right now. A 2-round lead for them. And again, pressure's kind of on OG here. They're the ones with the weak money. They're the ones who've got to turn this round. And, ooh, Mantu only just gets away safely. Had to jump his way out through connector. At least he survives, but it's not the start to the round he was hoping for.
It's not the start anybody would have been hoping for if you're an OG fan. That's very unfortunate. Three players quickly running down middle for Team Spirit. They've got one in the bottom of the connector. The form of Vinus Balance just peering on up towards the site. Once he doesn't see anything, he actually goes back and retreats, leaving the bench player in the form of Magix. Walking through the underpass is Mute. Just a default setup from Team Spirit. He's got that full mid control. Quite an advanced setup from OG over towards this A bomb site. You've got Valde quite close to the ramp. Issa playing in front of the smokes in the A bomb site as well. And Team Spirit are not going towards this A site. Instead, they're going to be heading in towards this well-fortified B bomb site. You've got MBK ready with the flashbang, the underhanded throw, and now the push on through. They'll be trying to hold on, but 4 players around this corner. Mantu going down without a fight. MBK stuck in this corner. They know he's here. It's a 1 and done. He doesn't even get a single kill. And that's job done. It's 12 rounds for Team Spirit. They're going to be looking for 4 more, and we'll be going to that 3rd map.
Yeah, MBK firing off pretty early there. Unfortunately, the 1 and done turns into a none and done. Can't get a single kill. None of the OG players getting a kill there. They were pretty heavily stacked on the B site, but the fight's just not really unfolding the way they wanted them to. It was looking good for OG, but it just slips away from them. Issa and Valde having to save their guns. Spirit making the most of the B site. They're definitely a team that I think like to make the most of the B site more than a lot of the other teams I see. Spirit like to run these B plays pretty frequently. They're definitely capable of going for the mid control and the A plays as well, but they like these straight up B plays sometimes, and you can see why. They just win all these fights. Chopper, again, is that entry fragger of the team a lot of the time. SDY and Mir following close behind. Mir was the initial prong of approach him from short. And even with those 2 saved guns, there's only so much OG can get into this round. Issa and Valda saving the 2 rifles while the rest of them have pistols.
Mir, oh, he's gonna catch out Mantu. That's not the start OG we're hoping for. They keep losing these OP picks. In this scenario, it's very understandable. And well, Alexi B, good Eagle headshot, gets rid of Magic, tries to move forward, and the cleanups there from Sumdai Young. Really solid double. And now Issa, where does he go with this? A 1 versus 4, it's just completely unwinnable. I feel like we've seen Issa in this position more than anyone. He's just constantly on his own, facing too many players and having to save his gun.
Yeah, this is playing a new game mode where you're just left in 1v4s all the time. It's not fun, as it turns out. It's called Save Simulator. It's my new idea for a game. You can buy it on Steam now. You actually can't, Dinko. I'm not smart enough to make a game, sadly. That's why I just talk about games.
I mean...
Did you ever come up with like a really cool game idea that you wanted to make? Like at school?
No. Never.
No?
No.
So you're just not creative, is what you're telling me.
I mean, I know. No, probably not, actually. Yeah.
Disappointing. Very disappointing. You let me down.
We had to make a game for one of our assignments things. When we were younger, I basically made Mario. Or remade Mario. But like a worse version of it, obviously. Well,
just like a really budget scuffed version of Mario.
Yep.
What did you call it?
Can't even remember. I really can't remember too much.
Was it
can't
like
really
an
remember
Italian
yesterday.
plumber as well? Was it literally everything from Mario you just stole?
Yeah, I even stole the assets for it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was basically a full rip-off, yeah.
You better have gotten an A.
I did, yeah.
Good job.
I mean, it worked. That's all that matters. And while I disbalance, gets rid of Valde, Mantu, fully blinded, finds the reply, but he can't get away. He's stuck in middle, he's stuck in that awkward position, and he can't get back to safety. So he does get the trade, but he's traded himself. And that leaves the man advantage in favor of Team Spirit, who are now looking down the barrel of a 14th round. Issa is putting himself in these positions, I swear. He's so far removed from everything that's going on. I feel like we're going to see another scenario where he's in a 1 versus 4, Alex. I can already see it happening.
Wow, Spirit are putting some smokes down towards the B site. Looked like one of those smokes landed slightly off. MBK still in the apartments. Not any longer, though. Mir landing another shot. Spirit there winning the initial fights on mid as well. Just individually, it feels like they have just come up to another level here. They've been able to beat out OG in a bunch of these 1v1 fights. And at this point, Spirit realize as long as they slow it down and stick together, they should be able to win this round almost every time. 40 seconds left for them, so they can't take too much time. As long as their spacing is good and their trades are successful, wherever they go, they should be winning this round. And it looks more likely they might be moving through Connector. If that's the case, Alexi B could maybe do something to stop them here with the AWP. Just kidding. It's another 1v4, Dinko. This is so sad.
Told you. Seen it coming. As soon as he went in the palace and Team Spirit were so far removed, knew it was happening. Well, Issa this time might actually attempt to do a little bit of damage instead. The spray away. Idis balance dropped to 9 HP. And Issa is stuck in palace right now with players starting to hunt him. Now they want to get rid of everything. If he goes down, there's nothing going into the next round for OG. It's going to be 14-9. Most likely at this point, map point for Team Spirit. And then we'll be looking at that third map. And at this point, who knows where that will go, because this is more of the performance I was expecting from Team Spirit. The individuals weren't really showing up early on in Dust 2, and I feel like they had such a bad performance in the first half that they didn't give themselves enough room to even come back. So the fact that they warmed up even slightly on Dust 2 was a positive sign for me coming into this second map, and they've been able to turn things around. So moving forward, I'm confident in Spirit once more. And over here for OG, it's 4 sets of Kevlar, Deagles on pretty much everyone bar Valde, and itchy grenades as well. 2 players in the connector, 2 backs towards CT spawn, and Team Spirit, it's a bit of a default, but slightly heavier in towards A.
Idis balance biding his time with the AWP. Ooh, dodges away from that nade as well. Good timing to not take damage from that one. The other issue for OG is just how much money Team Spirit have. Even if you start winning rounds, you've got to consistently win those gun rounds. You're not going to be resetting Spirit's economy anytime soon. In this round, only with the pistols, OG will be hoping for something special here. I think Spirit are aware of the opponents being on a low buy, taking it slow into this one. Still a minute left for them to work with, but they're not extending out too far. They're not giving any opportunity for OG to just get an easy fight and an easy gun into their hands. That's the one thing that could maybe ruin this round for Spirit. If they give away an AK and let it be picked up by OG, that's when it could really go against them. So they're making sure to just sit back within their own territory to begin with. And now with 40 seconds left, they will begin to make some moves in towards A.
Well, Valde walking forward with a CZ. He catches out Chopper. Magic's stepping back in with the AK-47. Delivers a lethal headshot to the head of Mantu. And will Alexi B, he's good on the decoy. His teammate elsewhere falling. And that's MBK gone. So we're still at an equilibrium. With 15 seconds left, though, Team Spirit, the pressure is on for them to make the play into the A site, and Alexi B's got another one, and Valde's position is everything. He's going to shut this down. That's the bomb gone, and Almir, he just can't win it. There's not enough time. He has to play for elimination, and all Ista needs to do is hide. That was close. He did it, but, you know, that was pretty sick from Mir. Still finding that kill is impressive. And that's a good job done from the OG camp. That's unbelievable. Just pistols, just good setups and good positioning and repositioning. And Team Spirit just completely bamboozled by it. OG find themselves a 10th round.
Yeah, really nice for Valde to get that AK into his hands as well. But Alexi B landing some fantastic shots with the Deeg in that last one. Definitely has been having a slightly quieter game here, but stepped up in that round, and it was a much-needed round win for OG. It keeps them in contention, keeps them in with a chance here on this map. Remember, the map pick of OG here on Mirage. So the fact they've fallen fairly far behind is a little concerning for them, but it's not over until it's over. It's not a done thing yet, especially after they win that round. They get themselves guns into this one, even a double AWP setup coming through. Alexi B playing with his AWP over at Connector, while Mantu takes his AWP towards B. And Alexi B is still sticking around here, wanting to see if there's an opening kill available for him. I don't know if Spirit are going to give him that chance. Valde, though, doing a good bit of damage. And finally, Alexi B decides to back away. But Valde might be able to get a kill if he continues to stick around. It's the B play, though, that we need to look out for. SDY leading the charge.
Well, MBK has been hard checked. He had to look away. Still gets blinded slightly by some Dayan, but Mansu, that's a huge double. He's going to go back for a third. He's looking for it, and there it is. Who knows where the last player is, at least approaching the site, and that's Chopper on short, but now Mir flanking in behind. He will get shut down, they get the right read, and that's a brilliant round from Mantu. When things are looking rough, when MBK goes down immediately, you can rely upon Mantu to do this. So quick. And if we had any question marks about his injury and how it was going to affect his playstyle with the AWP, I think all the answers are there now. He's not going to have any problems. He is showing up, playing through the pin maybe. Hopefully it's all good, but he is showing up. Definitely not hindering his performance.
Yeah, really important couple of kills there to begin with on the B site. You can see a world in which he gets the quad kill as well. That third shot that he took over towards short was really close to connecting. But at that point, he had already done enough. By the time he got that third kill, he really turns the tide in that round for OG. Spirit still have money, but these chances are slipping away for them. This 14-11 lead has been cut away at in these recent rounds, and you can see the money starting to drop over on the Spirit side. Still a fair bit of cash in the bank for them. Single AWP back out for OG now. No double AWP set up into this round. And I don't think there's a gap there in that smoke for Mantu to work with. Yeah, he has to back away. So the mid control being gathered by Idis Balance. It looks like OG are willing to give that up. Spirit left the bomb behind here for what it's worth. I hope they're aware of that. They should be, right, Dinko? No one ever leaves the bomb behind in Pro CS.
No one does that.
Never seen before.
It's quite an unfortunate time when you get so close to take the map control, you realize, wait. Take a little look at the minimap and you see the bomb all the way back near your spawn. But they are going to be playing a default, at least. They have one player back in T-spawn already who's coming away from A, so you can pick that up. But they're just leaving the bomb there. It's a smart place to have it. It's safe enough. You've got the players in middle. You've got 2 players that can come back and pick it up. And Mir, he's going to find himself a Lexi B. A good opening kill for the Team Spirit side. And that's what we usually talk about, is the fact that Mir and generally Chopper have their opening ability. And they've done it again here. Mir with the opening. And Team Spirit with 30 seconds left, gathering in Palace. They have 1 player on the ramp. It's going to be an explosive play through Palace, leaving Mir in the ladder room. This is going to be very difficult to hold on if you're Ista. You're going to get 1 kill maybe here, but they don't check him. He doesn't get a single kill. And now Valde, he's going to be under pressure from stairs. But what is the bomb doing? Chopper, he jumps onto the default box, loses the bomb, and there's no time. You have to go back and start planting immediately. MBK coming back through spawn. Bombs coming in. Is there enough time? Just enough to get it planted. And now MBK, he looks towards the site, moving back in. Sam Da-young all the way back towards Tetris. And MBK needs to find these kills quickly. This is a must-win round for OG to stop Team Spirit from taking map point on Mirage. And MBK is going to move forward, flash up into the air, and the time is starting to tick. And Mir in the post-plant position, back up and short, takes the easy frag with the AWP. And that's just a fantastic round from Team Spirit. Overall, few scary moments in it. I mean, they did lose the bomb and kind of lost track of time as well, but nonetheless, they do get the round win.
Yeah, let's be real. Spirit will have been sweating there throughout that round at the end when it comes down to the wire, but they do enough to win the round. The post plant's so good for them as well, just sitting back on those long-range angles. MBK has almost no way in. And now Spirit have got themselves 4 map points, 4 chances to take us to a 3rd. Nuke would be the decider if necessary. We already had a 3rd map nuke earlier in the day. Wouldn't mind seeing another one. Spirit looking good to take us there right here, because look at OG's buy. A CZ out for Alexi B, an MP9 in the mix for MBK. Only 1 premium rifle in play in terms of the M4 in the hands of Ista. Because of that, MBK's trying to get aggressive, but Mir continues to open up these rounds. He has been unreal on this T side. He's turned it up massively. He's come out to play, and it might be enough to get Spirit over the line. Just 4 more kills needed for them.
Well, it looks like we are going to be seeing more of the nuke that you wanted. We didn't really get to see too much of nuke early on. I mean, Complexity showed up on that map, got it over and done with very quickly indeed. Head on to the final map if Team Spirit can close this out now. Man advantage, Execute coming in towards the B bomb site. It's going to be a B split, 3 through short, 2 through the B bomb site via the apartments. And Issa, he picks up 1, but he's traded back by Disbalance. That slows things down a little bit. Now the explosive play coming through these short smokes will take a little bit of time. They calculate when they want to go, but Mansu still alive, still kicking, gets 1. And Alexa B with a CZ, manages 1, rattles to the head of Disbalance, and now it's just Valde. A 1 versus 2. We know in the past this man has been incredible in clutch scenarios, but not today. 16 to 11. It's going to be Team Spirit answering back on Mirage. It took a long time for them to get going on Dust 2, and they just about managed to muster a couple of rounds. Heading into Mirage, much more confident in them, and they showed up to another level. This is what we expected from Team Spirit.
Yeah, for sure. Disbalance getting them off to such a good start. Definitely a big reason why they got to this point on Mirage in the first place. And then I think Mir on that T side stepped up. Solid work from him throughout all those rounds. We're starting to see the Team Spirit we were hoping to see. And right now, this Group B is looking hella competitive, Dinko.
Yes, indeed. As we move into the next map, is the final map coming right up after this break. We're going to be back with the desk right after this.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. My God, would you look at that? It's unbelievable scenes here. Spirit have picked up the second map. It got a little close. It got a little scary. But ultimately, Harry is not where they find themselves. OG are not going to have to battle back. And of course, that's going to be on the 3rd map, the 3rd and decider map of this series. Going to be over there on Nuke. So Mirage going in the way of Spirit. Dust 2 firmly in the hands of OG, and now we look to conclude this series in just one map's time. And certainly we're going to be doing that here on the Analyst Desk. Welcome back, everybody, to DreamHack Open Summer. Alongside of me are two familiar faces. You might know them as Christine and Sudin, but I know them as Potter and Bleh, and that's the way we're going to keep it as well. How is it that Spirit were able to just march in there and take this map?
It was smelling like Team Spirit inside of that server.
Nice.
They were looking real good. Thanks, Trace. Also, I feel it was a tale of two, not cities, but a tale of two men. Idus Balance on its CT side, the first half, 23 kills and 7 deaths. That is absolutely ludicrous. Second half, Mirror. He finished off the first half with 7 kills. Closed it out with 25. I think he had 25 kills at the end of that game. That was, 27 kills. Just mental performance from these two guys. And I just with the AWP on the CD side, then Emir with an AK-47 just looking absolutely flawless.
And not to mention that each of these players, especially the two that you mentioned, Bled, they just looked a lot more comfortable as well. And when you are that comfortable in the server, then you start setting yourself up for a lot more plays. And that's just kind of what we saw here. And they finally we saw Team Spirit just coming out on top of those duels.
Which is actually what it takes from time to time, believe it or not. And I guess looking forward at this, let's do a little bit of compare and contrast between not Dust 2 and Mirage as to which one is the least fun to play or find yourself pugging on, but more so the difference between these two teams in the server on these two maps and, how that could be applied going forward now that we have a decider.
I feel like if you look at the way OG won on Dust 2, and if you look at the way, obviously, Spirit won on Mirage, it's kind of different. Where it comes down to for OG, it was about the teamwork, right? They were looking good, they were looking sharp, but it wasn't like one player popping off and having multi-kill rounds. On the other side, if you look at Mirage, Idus Balance had 3 rounds which he won for his team by having triple kills. Like there were 3 rounds where he got 3 kills each with that AWP, which is ridiculous. And it was coming down to these huge individual plays from the players of Team Spirit. And you know what? If that's what it takes to get you a win, so be it. That's how it's going to be. Heading to map number 3, I feel like it's going to be a clash of styles. Spirit have woken up, and OG, you can't count them out.
Christine, would you happen to agree? You look like you're ready to smile, and I like that.
You know me, Trace. I'm always smiling, but yeah, I do have to agree. And especially going into Nuke 2, we need to see Spirit kind of still sticking to that same style. I know that Chopper, he's been a little bit more quiet here today, a little bit more timid, as I mentioned in that other after pregame. And going on to Nuke, I know what a huge role that he plays, especially on the T side, especially hitting that outside yard. He's generally the guy leading the charge, maybe even throwing a lurk towards those secret stairs. And on the CT side, he's that ramp player. So he's got a lot of responsibilities on his shoulders, and on top of that, even being an in-game leader. So I'm expecting a lot coming out of Chopper on this game.
Now, when you say you're expecting a lot of Chopper, are you saying that you want to see more out of Chopper, or this is just not the Chopper that we've been told to get into?
I don't think, again, Chopper's not a player who's going to be at the top of the scoreboard. That's Issa and that's Mir's job. Sorry, not Issa. Idus Balance and Mir's job, right? Chopper's going to have those crazy rounds where he just turns it completely around with the most impactful kill on the server. And that's generally going to be one of those lurk kills, one of those secret stair kills that just completely opens up one side of the map and allows his entire team to rotate over to him. So he has those really crazy impactful kills, but he's not a hard carry by any means.
Now, let's be honest with ourselves here, Blatt. We look at the other side, and we're talking about numbers. We're looking at MBK being down there in the very bottom of the pole positions. How is it possible that OG could screw this up for themselves very quickly?
I don't think they're necessarily going to screw it up. The last time these two teams played each other was, I do believe, in DreamHack Massive Spring, where it was Spirit winning it on Nuke, and it was actually a pretty comfortable win. It was overtime. In fact, it was 19-16, just looking at the scoreline over here. It was a very close scoreline. I think both the teams are going to be very comfortable playing on it. And for a team like OG, who rely on the teamwork, they have the protocols and everything, I feel like Nuke is actually going to play in their favor. So you know what? Even though I said Spirit's going to win this 2-1, I still feel OG have a very good chance.
Yep, and that's because, well, I don't know. You guys took your predictions, and they're serious, so we're going to continue to hold you to those. Meanwhile, you're going to have to hold on just a few more minutes, and we're going to go to a break. We're going to come back. We're going to look at the last map of Nuke, and then we're going to know who wins this series. So don't move a muscle, everybody. We'll be right back.